Yo.
Hey,
Yep.
we
What's up?
back? We in here?
We are live. Good to go.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody to another episode here of a half hour. Three Guys and a Mic presents Half Hour and a Power. Excuse me. Where basically we spent 30 minutes talking about power metal.
Yep. And
It's a great time.
yeah, long story short, we Josh and I just kind of found that we both our worlds kind of collide into power metal. So we put together a list based on when I went through and found a bunch of different top power metal albums of all time lists that I could find. Threw them all in an Excel spreadsheet, put them in order, and we came up with 30 power metal albums. So
Yep. So we've done 3 episodes so far, right? We've
Yep.
talked about Angra, we've talked about Halloween, we talked about fucking badass newer band Master Plan.
which I didn't even know existed
And-
prior to this list.
No
Clue.
No, most of these bands I didn't know. This week we're talking about one that I had never heard of called Sonata Arctica.
Yep.
And the album is Silence. This is the number 27 album on the list here.
Yep. And right off the bat, Josh, you called it. I'm going to give you the credit for it. You called this album a grower, and I will firmly agree with you that it is, because I'll admit I was the first one to kind of I don't want to say denounce this record, but I was definitely not in love with it, to say the least.
Yeah, and I had listened to the first couple of songs. I think after we finished Master Plan last week, I was like, shit, let me jam a couple of songs real quick, just taste it. And so I jammed were the first 2 songs, Web Allergy, Weeble, I don't know, that song, and then False News, Travel Fast. And I was like, these are not good. These are not great songs. And spoiler alert, both those songs made it into my top 5 this week. I just think it has the unfortunate position of following Master Plan, which was, could end up being, an all-time, maybe it's an all-time top 100 album for me, in my life. I don't know. We're doing this other journey. Hopefully you guys are following along with that, which is the Metalhead's journey, where we've talked about the big 4 in thrash.
Yep.
We're now doing the top 50 metal albums of all time, and one of the next set of 5 that we're talking about is one of the best power metals albums of all time, which is one of the double albums from Halloween. What is it?
Keeper of the Seven Keys. Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1. Part 1 is on that 5.
Yeah, and I think it's either the 3rd or 4th best album on this list.
4th. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got this weird position right now where it came after Master Plan. We're also listening to this Halloween record, so we're listening to 2 probably top 5 power metal albums, and then you got this album wedged in between it that I think it just took a little bit to get warmed up. But once we got a few listens into it, and I think we kind of got away from how good the vocals were on Master Plan, because look, the vocals on this album, they're good, but they are certainly nowhere near as good as Master Plan's vocals. I think once that kind of got digested, I think the album really took off for me.
Yeah. So
we'll just do a quick little knowledge check here on the band, and then we'll give our patent pending shitometer scores here. So the band is Sonata Arctica. The album is Silence. So Sonata Arctica is a Finnish power metal band formed in 1995 from Kemi, Finland. Their original name was Tricky Beans.
I'm glad that they changed it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's not good. And then they changed it to Tricky Means, and then they finally ended up on Sonata Arctica. As of 2022, the band has released 10 studio albums, including their most recent, Talvio, which was released in 2019. I probably said that wrong. Silence was released in 2001 as their second full-length album. The lineup for this album features, I'm going to butcher these fucking names, dude. Tony Kakko on vocals, Yanni fucking No Chance on guitars, Mikko Harkin on keyboards, Marco Paskaski on bass, and Tommy Portimo on drums. So, if this is your first time joining us here in any medium, we decided to come up with our own proprietary rating system for the things that we talk about. movies, music, whatever. And we like to refer to things as shit. And so essentially what we came up here with is the shitometer. And with the shitometer, the name of the game is the lowest score possible. You want to score a 0. Anything sub 50, so anything 49 down to 0 is varying levels of we would recommend that for you. Anything 50 to 100 is varying levels of just absolute dog shit that we would not recommend in any shape, way, or form. And for this process, we've actually created a tier system to kind of go along. So Dave will explain that once we give our scores, and we'll kind of identify where this falls within the tier system.
Yeah, just so you have something, we have our shitometer, but if you kind of relate more to a tier score, we got that for you as well. So we're trying to be inclusive there.
Yeah. So, Dave, what is your shitometer score for the album Silence?
So, man, I did waver heavily. I will be perfectly transparent with you, Josh. I had this album all the way at a 49 at one point. Okay.
Yikes.
But I've come up big, like 20 points big. I'm at a 29 on this record.
Holy shit.
Actually. So, and I'll explain why real quick. So the when I first had this on the list, and the first full time I went through the record just felt so long, like I kind of got a little exhausted, and I got fatigued from it. And then I double checked myself, and I was like, man, why is this record so long? And especially like the last 2 tracks, which you didn't hear. And I looked, and I was like, "Oh crap! I actually had I had tracks on the playlist that we made. I had they were added tracks. These aren't part of the original, the OG track listing when this album came out. So I compared, and I was able to. I removed 3 songs off of the track listing that we had, and I listened to it again, and man, it flows a lot better. And I really, really fell in love with a few of the songs that we'll talk about. And so, yeah, that's where I landed at a 29.
Nice. That's a good score, man. I think early on we had talked about that this is definitely not better than the Angre record.
No.
And then I think we definitely changed our mind on that.
I did. I had Angre at a 31, so this is just better than Angre for me.
Yeah. I think I have Angre at a 38,
you
if
do?
I'm not mistaken.
You do?
Yeah. I'm giving this record a 34.
Okay.
I think this is a really, really solid album.
So that puts this at a 31.5 on the shitometer. So that is the second best album so far. Surprising, actually. And for if you're kind of wanting a tier score idea of where that lands, that's a B tier record. So very, very respectable score. Definitely I would say a high recommend. Overall.
I agree. Yep. For sure.
So Josh, you wanna? So I guess part of the half hour of power is like we talk about basically however many songs are on the record, cut that in half, and we make a top list of those songs. So,
yeah.
What are your 5 best songs on the record? What's your number 5?
Yeah. So for me, number 5 here, I'm going in with Wolf and Raven.
Okay, that is also on my list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just a good, fast, thrashy little song. Got a nasty little solo in it, but I don't know. It's got a little oomph to it.
Yeah, I'll talk about it as well. I do note as well. Very fast song. It's got I would say
the drums are good in it.
An intricate guitar riff. It doesn't really slow down. Great guitar solo. And good vocals. The song is like I said, it's a quick little song, but very, very good.
4 minutes. Yeah. What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is that was actually Wolf and Raven was my number 3, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So I got Weballurgy. Butcher that. That's my number 5 song. It's the opening track off the record. It it comes in right away, pretty much. Well, it's not the true opening track. Like there's a song called "Of Silence," I believe, that starts the record. But this is the first real song on the record. Another fast song. Good kind of sing-along song, good guitar solo, and a keyboard solo as well. Awesome drums.
Dude, the keyboards are they're prominent in power metal anyway, but I really feel like it's more of a featured, like, going back to Master Plan, that was definitely more guitar-driven, more vocal-driven. This one is certainly it's like half and half keyboard and guitar, and their keyboard player's really good.
Yep.
That's funny. I have that as actually my number 4 song, so it kind of fits into the scheme of things here.
Okay. Well. Yep. Hey, what's your number?
Go ahead with your number 4.
Oh, that's true. My number 4 is, I don't know what I'm talking about. I got Black Sheep.
Not on my list.
Oh, really? Dude, yeah. I really like Black Sheep. Dude, I think the song is great. I'm not gonna lie. Very good drumming. I just really like the drum beat with it. Another kind of I don't know, a lot of good keyboard work. There's another keyboard solo on this song, which is really good. Has a great guitar solo, and I really like the song.
Did you just copy and paste your notes for each song?
No, but I might as well have, which I was gonna actually talk about later, as like a small issue that I have with the record.
Yeah, that there's like no standout guitar riffs at all.
Yeah, that is a common thing. Like, there's really good guitar solos and there's really good guitar moments, but like, I can't sit here and recall a specific riff from any song.
Nope, I can't either.
Which is fine. Like, obviously I gave it a good score, but like, it's just, we'll get into it later.
It's interesting.
Yes, it is.
All right, so we're up for my number 3.
Yes.
All right, Dave, I apologize. My number 3 is False News Travel Fast.
Yeah. That was my number 1. You go ahead and talk about it.
It's probably the most memorable music song on the record in terms of like any of the guitar work. The keyboard lick that starts off the song is really good. The vocals are good in it. There's 2 more songs that are better vocally for me than this one, which is I kind of valued for this band over anything else. But this is certainly, I think, musician-wise, the best moment for the band. Like, the whole song put together, really great song, very catchy. I liked it.
I think this has probably the best, or maybe most sing-along chorus on the album.
No way. No fucking way.
I think so. I love the chorus on here. I love the whole song. It's great. From start to finish. Especially the chorus is very standout for me.
Yeah.
I get the song in my head and it never leaves.
Look, this song plus the next 2 are the real standout songs. Like, the other 2 were fine. This one plus the next 2 for me are like the real standouts for the album.
I'm concerned because I feel like we don't have the same. Like, I feel like I don't have your next 2 are probably not on my list.
Let's find out. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Power of One, the final track on the album.
Definitely not on my list.
I love this song.
Oh, come on, bro.
Dude, it's great. It's a great song.
It's fine.
It's super long. Yes, I understand. It's like 13 or 16.
Well, technically, it's only 9 minutes, just under 10 minutes long.
Oh, okay. Because then it has like a bunch of silence, right?
Because it's got a 90-second fade out.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what. Okay, so the actual track is 11:33, but it's not really. But no, dude. I mean, like that song has everything. I mean,
I hope so.
I think it's the showcase song on the record, and it's the final song, and it does everything. It showcases the great keyboardist and the guitar work.
It does.
That
was my number. That's like my one honorable mention, really, for this album is that song.
I think it's a fantastic song, and I think it's like I said, I think it's the showcase.
All right, my number 2 is "Sing in Silence."
Really, that didn't even That wasn't even in my honorable mention.
Look, it's a slow burn. It takes a little bit for it to get going. But, dude, once it gets to the chorus, oof, chef's kiss. Fucking great vocal melodies, okay? Like, that's one of the things I love about power metal. And this song fucking delivers with the chorus. It is so good.
I respect you for putting a ballad on your list, okay? I really do. I'm trying to think of what song you could have as your number one. I'm gonna guess because see, all my songs are already out there, right?
Yeah.
Just reiterate, like my number one is "False News Travel Fast." So, is it San Sebastian?
No.
Give me a second. Let me guess it because we're already ahead on time here. Is it another ballad?
Yes.
Is it Tallulah?
No.
It's not. Is it Last Drop Falls?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Bruh. So good. So good. Get a nice little clean guitar right off the top. And the keyboard comes in with the little vocal melody right at the start. So it's kind of teasing you with what the vocal melody is going to be. And then you get to the chorus and, oof. Dude, dripping and just some power metal cheese vocals, bro. So good,
dude. You're tripping, is what you are. Wow.
No. And hey, look. By the way, I usually shy away from these. This was the most listened to song on the album too, by millions.
What is Last Drop Falls?
Yeah.
The people are lost their minds. There's so much better songs on this record.
Hey, not to me, bro. That's the number one song.
Hey, look, I respect it. I mean, look, your top two are ballads. God, there's so many other.
Those are the most interesting. Those are the most interesting songs on the record.
I despise you. Oh my goodness. Final thoughts, because we have a little bit of time.
Yeah. Again, I just. For me, I think I had to reassess what I valued for this record, right? And if you look at my top songs, it's vocal melodies. I'm not saying the singer's like singer's very, very good. I'm not saying he sucks by any means, but we've certainly heard some better vocals already on this list. But they did some good things with the melodies of the vocals and power metal being this pop adjacent version of metal. I really enjoyed that part of the album. More so than the guitar work, because like you said earlier, like we talked about, there's not a standout guitar riff on here. There's no Enter Sandman or Painkiller or anything like that where it's like, oh, I can go back and hum this fucking riff. Like, there's no Tornado of Souls on here.
Correct. Does this is a question I had, I didn't have written down, but I knew I was going to ask it. Does this at all change... Just reviewing, I know we're 4 albums in, and we're kind of trailing off a little bit, not really focusing on the album specifically, but thought it was an interesting question. Does this change at all how you think you're going to evaluate other metal albums? 4 albums into the power metal list, is this changing your viewpoint on metal reviewing at all?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it.
Because
I think maybe this will open me up to some other interesting bands out there. Maybe I'd be like a little bit more closed off to whenever they come up. Like maybe this makes Tool sound a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's not a question that necessarily needs to be answered now, but I think it's something to think about going forward, right? So, because I could have seen myself when we started the Metalheads journey way back when being being a huge negative that I don't remember any riffs off of a record. Like I could easily see myself penalizing that record for that.
That part of it's true. Yeah, that's a good call because I just think you have to find. I think. Look, the fortunate thing with this record is it provides other
avenues of enjoyment. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like, hopefully you guys join us next week for the Top 50 review where we're going to talk about some great albums, but we're also going to talk about this piece of shit from the band Venom. And dude, there is not one redeeming quality of this album. Okay,
Yeah.
there's nothing there to like draw you in and interest. Like this, at least, like it's not saying again that the guitars are bad by any means. There's just nothing memorable about the riffs.
Yeah. So I think
So that's a good call. I think you're right on that point.
Yeah, I think I am going to try to take some of what I'm learning here and what I'm coming to appreciate and apply that to, other genres of metal that we're reviewing on the other list, and maybe get some more out of it that I might not have otherwise. So just an interesting thing to kind of, food for thought, I guess.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, I guess up next, if you're following along on our power metal journey, the next album we will be reviewing. Now, we likely are going to skip a week, so you may see us in 2 weeks from today. But the next album we will be reviewing is from the band Edguy, or I believe that's how you pronounce it.
That's right.
The album is Hellfire Club, which is very that album name is actually very like topical or relevant right now, because that's the name of the D&D club in Stranger Things season 4. The name of their club is Hellfire Club. And
how about that?
And the leader of that D&D club, you know what he does, Josh? Spoilers.
Plays guitar.
Well, he does, but he plays Master of Puppets in the show.
Which shot Master of Puppets to #1 on the active rock charts again. How about that?
Yeah. So hey, I just think it's a little interesting that we're reviewing an album called Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested in this one. I have an Edguy record actually, but it's not this one. It's called Rocket Ride. And it's good, man. So I've never heard this record, not one song. So I'm super excited.
And this ain't the only Edguy record on this list, believe it or not. So
yeah.
All right. Well, hey, if you liked what you heard here, go ahead and like the video, follow us along.
Subscribe.
Yep, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Live long and prosper.
Take it easy.